Real firefighters in real firehouses, cooking real food. Anything can happen when you step out of the kitchen and into the fire. You're watching Feeding the Fire.
Welcome to Feeding the Fire. Today we're at the outskirts of the Wasatch Mountain Range at the Unified Fire Authority of Salt Lake County, Utah, station number 16. Tim, it must be wonderful to work in the majestic grandeur of the Rocky Mountains. Just look at this breathtaking view. Yeah, but Jim, don't let that beauty fool you. These mountains present its own set of unique hazards. Not only do these firefighters respond to residential and commercial emergencies, they have natural hazards like avalanches, rock falls, and landslides to contend with. Add to that recreational hazards like skiing, hiking, mountain biking, and an ever-increasing list of extreme sports. Not to mention high altitude sickness. You surely have a diverse call to duty for any firefighter in this part of the country. You know, Tim, speaking of that high altitude, I'm feeling kind of lightheaded. And what makes me feel good is something sweet to eat. I'm gonna see if the chef can whip me up a tasty treat. And I'm gonna check out this brand new station. Be sure to save me some of that dessert. I will. Our cook for today is Phil Winston. He used to work as a professional chef before becoming a firefighter. Phil, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Jim?
Great. Looks like you're making some kind of dessert for us. Just what I was craving.
I'm making a stuffed caramel apple here today.
Sounds delicious.
These are Fuji apples, and I'm going to go ahead and peel these apples so that we can stuff them.
Fuji apples, known for their texture and syrupy flavor, these are great for baking, which we're doing this afternoon. Did you know in Greece, if you tossed an apple to a woman, it was traditionally a marriage proposal? And if they caught it, they accepted it. Any single ladies out there?
There you go, Pumpkin.
Pumpkin, he's a sweetheart, isn't he?
He is a sweetheart. All firemen are sweethearts.
Of course we are. Before preparing our apples, we made a filling of graham crackers, brown sugar, pecans, cinnamon, and some butter combined in the Cuisinart to a fine mixture. As an option, you can also add some liqueur for that extra special spice. Now, what are you going to do? Cut this apple in half?
We'll cut it in half and we'll core it.
All right. What's this?
That's puff pastry sheets. Now you can buy them at the grocery store in the frozen section. They are, it's a dough that is layered several layers thick, and what it does is it's layered with butter and it rises really nicely. We'll show you that in a second. So what we're going to do is we've taken all these items and ground them up in the Cuisinart and added butter, and now we're going to take it and just grab a handful of it, and it compacts, and we're going to pack it into the bottom of the apple.
Sounds delicious.
Just like that. Then you take that and you set it on the puff pastry shell and just cut out just enough to wrap the base of it.
You don't have to spread that out or thin it out?
No, it's already done. The less you work with it, the better off you are. I don't know if you can see, but can you see all the layers in there? And we're going to take another section of the puff pastry dough, just big enough to cover the top of the apple, and we're going to wrap it over the top. Kind of pull it in tight.
Now, could you use this thing for anything else? Any other dishes?
Oh yeah, lots of dishes. Puff pastry is used all the time in entrees as well as desserts. It's great. You wrap it in salmon. Wrap salmon in. It's excellent.
Wow, that sounds delicious.
I have a couple of these. One of these already done.
Phil, these look kind of plain. Can you dress them up anyway?
Oh sure, we can dress them up. But let's go ahead and do something here.
Yeah, you're the professional chef. You got that culinary training.
Well, you know, you don't want to let anybody down. I don't want anything to be undressed for you.
Yeah, undressed fireman ain't too sexy.
We'll throw a few leaves on there. How's that?
Yeah. We talk a lot about presentation on this show, and this is the perfect opportunity to set your creative side free. Looks a little bit like a rabbit, though.
Well, hold on one second. I'm not done. Give me a second.
Oh,
here.
sorry.
Don't rush. There'll be no wine before it's time.
Wow, this puff pastry's great. It's so easy to work with. You can decorate your food as a specific holiday, or go along with a theme for a party, or just celebrate the season, like spring.
All right, there we go. A little flour.
Beautiful.
Huh? Done deal?
Yes.
Let's do something with the other one. What do you want to do with the other one? You want that rabbit you were looking for?
Yes, make a rabbit. That rascally rabbit. Come on, put him on there.
All right, here we go.
This is a great opportunity to have your kids join in your baking, as long as they're old enough to handle a knife. Be very, very careful when carving rabbits.
There we go. There's my rabbit.
Yeah, that's a beautiful rabbit.
Let's put a little cottontail.
I don't know what kind of rabbit you got out here in Utah, but that don't look like any rabbit we got back in Chicago.
It's a jackalope.
Oh, the horns.
There's a cottontail for you.
Oh. Now I see the rabbit. It needed a tail.
That's all it needed. All right, so there we go. We're going to take those.
Do you coat this with anything?
Oh, yeah, I like to take it and brush it with a little butter so that it will brown up nicely. So we'll go ahead and brush those with butter. And then what looks really good is I lost his tail.
Yeah.
Well.
Now what are you doing here?
I'm putting sugar in the raw on it. And what that does is it gives it a nice crystally look on top. It's pretty and tastes good too.
Looks very pretty.
All right, we're just going to throw this in the oven. We have the oven preheated to 350, and we're going to throw that in there for about 30 minutes until it gets nice and brown.
Can't wait to eat.
We have everything from your bread and butter structure fire calls, rural, extrication calls, high angle rescue teams, swift water rescue team. We have the 3 wildland crews that are available for the Forest Service, anybody who needs them. Heavy rescue teams for the trench collapse, the building collapse. Here in Utah, a lot of our members on the fire department are Utah Task Force 1. They were in New York City for the World Trade Center.
Yeah. What about some of the hazards you've seen on the mountain? I mean, I see signs for avalanche warnings.
You'd never think that a standard piece of equipment on a rig would be an avalanche transceiver.
Okay.
We all, as soon as we enter that canyon in the winter, we turn our avalanche transceivers on. We never, so that if we get hit by an avalanche going up the road and get pushed off the road, it sends out a radio signal.
Okay.
They can find us.
Okay, what we've got here now is a cream sauce, and what's in the cream sauce is heavy whipping cream and vanilla bean. You take the vanilla bean and let it soak in the heavy cream for about a half an hour. Then you split the vanilla bean and take all of the pulp out, and that's what gives you the little black specks in vanilla.
Now I know that heavy cream has a 36 to 40% fat content. Can you substitute light whipping cream for heavy cream, or would it not work for this?
Well, this is fat free actually. All the fat you get here is free. So no, this is dessert. We don't take the heavy cream out of dessert. This is dessert. You get what you get. We're here to fatten you up.
Phil made a little comment about the fat in the firehouse is all free. Well, we work it off too, because some of our patients, we might have to hike in 25 or 30 minutes. That might be a couple miles in. We're gonna burn those calories off. You don't worry about that.
We move over here to our second sauce, which is our caramel sauce. And then what this is caramels, more heavy cream. Once again, putting the weight on here.
Pounds on.
And a little bit of vanilla extract and some cinnamon, and it gives it a great flavor.
You can smell it right now. Too bad this isn't smell-o-vision. You people at home could smell it.
Smell-o-vision, that's a good one too. Holy cow.
Why do you have a bowl in this pot?
Well, because you don't want to put the caramels directly on the heat. It will burn them. So this is like a double boiler, and it allows you to heat the caramels without burning them.
After about a half hour, the aroma of sweet cinnamon is making me woozy. Or maybe it's still the thin air.
All right.
You're right, Phil. Those things really puffed up nice.
Puffed up nicely, didn't they? So now we're going to take our 2 sauces and we're going to do a plate decoration or design. Not normally something we do in the firehouse, but what the heck? The cameras are here. We don't usually do this in the firehouse. So here we go. With this, I'm going to spread it around the plate so it evens out nicely. All right. Let's have a little fun with this, huh?
Here's another opportunity to let your creative side go wild. And if you have little ones, it's the perfect time to let them get their hands in on the fun too. Just add the melted caramel to a squeeze bottle, or you can just drizzle it on with a spoon.
You got to make everything look good. It's got to taste good and look good.
Just have fun. It'll look good.
We all enjoy sitting at the table together, and the fire service is truly like a family. I mean, this is my family. I'm here 1/3 of my life, and so it better be, and we better, when we cook meals, we better do a good job, or we'll find ourselves going head first down the fire pole, or if there is a canal nearby, we may take a dip in the canal a few times. So yeah, it's important. And as you can see, you know, we pretty well enjoy the food that we eat.
We'll take this and we'll cut it in half and get a nice layering of the apples and the puff pastry. You see how the puff pastry's all layered up like that?
Cinnamon.
We'll throw a little extra caramel on top here. Just, you know.
Yeah, well, when it's warm, it'll melt it a little more.
Yeah, since it's fat-free, you might as well add a little something, something.
A little more flavor.
That's right. Look at that, huh?
Oh, that's
Let's get into that.
Can't wait.
Right.
You know, the guys will really smell this around the firehouse and come run it.
There you go.
Delicious, Bill.
All right. Don't you wish people out there had taste division?
Well, they wish they had taste division.
Press 1 to taste with a fork. Press 2 to taste with a spoon.
Phil, thanks for that sweet treat. It really hit the spot.
Hey, no problem. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
As usual, you can find this and all our other recipes on our website. Phil, you know, there was one thing that's been on my mind, is how does one transition from being a chef into firefighter?
You're always a firefighter. You know, it's something that you've always wanted to do since you were a kid. And the chef was a profession for me. I made money doing it, but I enjoy being a firefighter, and the two blend well together. There's nothing like being a fireman.
Oh, you ain't kidding. Hey, what's the avalanche beacon on the table for?
Oh, we set that out in the woods with your brother, and he's got to find his way back to his dessert. So this is the other beacon. We haven't heard from him yet.
That's a great idea. I wish I would have thought of that. Thanks for tuning in to Feeding the Fire. Tune in next week where we may be at a firehouse near you.